What do we know, everybody? For those of you who don't know, I am Jim. And for those of you that also don't know, behind me, this building here, well, that is my shop. I run my own shop in my off time, be it nights, weekends, whenever I can get to it. One of these days, will it turn into something bigger? Maybe. But for now, it's just a side gig. But I got a customer pickup in here. It's a 2008 Chevy Silverado. And it came in for a couple of different things. One of them was a grinding bearing in the front end, which turned out to be the lower belt tensioner for the AC belt. And the other thing is his trailer brakes. His trailer brake controller was not putting power out. So what did I do? I went and I ordered what I could for it, which is this circuit board. And I'm going to show you guys today how to put this circuit board in. It's really simple. It's really easy. I know when somebody goes and orders a controller switch and they end up with one of these, it is a little bit alarming. But it's not bad. It's really, really simple. But I'll show you the switch I'm talking about and we'll go from there. So as you can see, somebody has already messed with some wiring in there. None of my concern. Doesn't bother me. It's not affecting anything that I'm going to be messing with. But this switch, if you drive a GM vehicle that pulls trailers, you're going to have one of these switches. They haven't really changed much. But this switch right here is what makes your trailer brakes work. And you can override and do everything else, increase, decrease your braking on it. But periodically these switches go bad. And on a side note here, if you go in and try to Google search trailer brake switch, anything like that, you are not going to come up with that. Trailer brake controller is what they call that thing. And that's pretty much what it does. It's not really a switch, but this is what it is. But it's pretty simple to do. If you have them in my pickup, and I'll go show you that one real quick. Okay, so this one is my pickup. And this one is even easier. This one, you pull your fuse cover off, and then this piece will pop right out. Then you just unplug here, here, and here. All that pops out, and you can pop the back off of this switch, and it's really, really simple. Customer's pickup is an older model. Mine is a 2017, his is a 2008, and his is just a little bit different. But there are a couple of different ways that you can go about this. So, first way is an easy way. It's not that time consuming. You pull the fuse panel off the side, and then you can pull on here and right in here, and then it's got clips that pop out. Then underneath of here, you can see I got a Phillips head screw there. I got one over there. And under this parking brake here, the release, there's a 10mm bolt that you have to take out. And this whole bottom piece pops out. But you can also take a tiny screwdriver in the side and be very, very careful, otherwise you're going to break stuff. But you can kind of twist that this way, go the other side, twist it that way, and just kind of work it back and forth. I usually just twist my screwdriver and it usually releases itself and I can pull it towards me. Doesn't always work and you have to be really careful, otherwise you will break something and that is not a fun day. And on another note, you do not have to take that switch out of the dash to replace that part. You don't. If you pull that whole lower dash panel off, like I'm telling you, you can leave that switch in. Just same as with my pickup. When you pull that out, you don't pull the switch out. You do everything with the switch still in that panel. So if you pull everything off, you can just leave it in. It's not that big of a deal. Alright guys, now you can see these are the clips that you're pulling out. You can see where they go. But you can see this is the back side of that switch. And you can see what I was talking about. You can be gentle, pull that switch out. But it's really easy to break stuff. So we don't want to do that if we can help it. It's pretty easy to do this. I pulled everything out except for that 10mm bolt because I don't really want this whole thing off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this cord out, this pigtail. You see the clip on that side? You just push it, pops right out. And then on the sides, can see these little ears right in here. We're just going to gently twist those ears and pop this backside piece out of here. There's 4 ears, 2 on each side. Then inside there is going to be that circuit board. And another side note here, to do those, a pocket screwdriver is really handy. You can use that little small blade flat screwdriver like I have, which is one of my grandpa's old tools, an old S&K screwdriver. Used it a lot in the body shop, use it a lot now. But you can also use a hook. We used to use hooks all the time in the body shop to do those little connectors like that, because, well, it worked and you didn't really break anything when you used the hook. So options are endless, just be careful not to break it. Alright, you can see I got this out. You can see our circuit board, and this is going to make you guys sick, and I'm going to flip you around and show you. This will just kind of pop out of there. Simple as that. And this new guy is going to go right in the same spot. It's literally as easy as that. You guys are going to get tired of me in this video for saying and another thing and another thing and another thing and another side note. But be careful when you put this thing in so that you don't bend or break any of those pins. That's a bad day. That screws everything up that you just did, and you got to order another one. Be careful with that. But we're going to go ahead, flip this around, put it back in. Usually I will hold on to this little board here until I get it in there so that my pins cannot slip out of their holes. And they're fairly long, but if they slip all the way out, you don't want to bend them or break anything or get rough with it. So it's pretty simple. Everything goes back together the same exact way that you put it in or you took it out. Really, really easy. You can see, got everything snapped in. So I can go ahead and take my wire or my pigtail, clip that in there, and then everything just goes back into place with those clips. Put a couple of screws in, put your side fuse panel back on, and you are good to go. There you can see everything back together. Nice and simple. So this whole operation takes like 10-15 minutes, if that. It doesn't take very long at all. And you literally only need about 2 tools to do it. I mean, you need a Phillips screwdriver, and then either a little flat blade screwdriver or a hook. I use the hook. It's really, really simple. It does not take long. I know looking at a circuit board gets overwhelming, and it creates a little bit of anxiety for people. But this one's simple. There's no soldering, no bending, no crimping, no anything. It literally just sits into place. And I went through, started the pickup up, let it run, let it go through its cycles, went through everything, and my trailer brake code went away. So I think we hit it. And there's also a few other things you can look at, and believe me, I went and checked wires and connections and everything. And this is what I settled on. So, really simple, really easy. Hope somebody found this helpful, or at the very least a little bit entertaining. And as always, I thank you all for watching.